quorum to conduct business. So I'll just call the roll. Counselor Valerie Abbott.
Present.
And I'm here. Would you like to do an invocation?
Just do a moment of silence. I can
Okay. So we're going to have a moment of silence. Okay, item 3 is the approval of agenda and minutes.
I move approval of the minutes from our last meeting, June 5th.
Second. So those are approved. What about approval of the agenda?
That meeting really last June, surely it was before June 5th.
It should be July. Oh my God, it's wrong.
Well,
Should be July 17th.
anyway, I move that we approve the minutes that we have here that are July 5th, 2024.
Second. So those meetings are.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Okay,
This
so
is-
now they're
This is
approved.
co-chairing.
Okay, so now they're approved. All right, so new business, item 1 of new business, Albert Jackson, Chief Land Acquisition Specialist. It's for the right-of-way encroachment license agreement between the City of Birmingham and Birmingham Sunrise Rotary Foundation regarding the proposed installation of 3 pergolas in the existing public plaza area known as the Sunrise Plaza on the Jones Valley Trail extension. The pergolas will provide shade over the existing picnic tables presently located in the 2nd Avenue South right-of-way, abutting or adjacent to 3600 3rd Avenue South and 3607 1st Avenue South, as shown on the attached exhibit. So, Mr. Jackson, if you can tell us what we'll be looking at in just a moment.
Can you turn on your microphone? You press the button on that black thing. There, it's on.
It's on? Yes. My name is Al Jackson. I serve as Chief Land Acquisition Specialist for the Capital Projects Division. Today, this is about the agreement between the City of Birmingham and the Birmingham Sunrise Rotary Foundation regarding the installation of 3 pergolas in the existing Jones Valley Trail extension. The Sunrise Rotary Foundation already has an agreement with the City of Birmingham, and it has expired, and this is an extension of the existing agreement along with the of the pergolas that will be also installed in the right-of-way, so they provide shade for the existing picnic tables. Be located in the public right-of-way of 2nd Avenue South, abutting or adjacent to 3600 3rd Avenue South and 3607 1st Avenue South. Britton Barrett, a representative for the Sunrise Rotary Foundation, is here to speak on behalf of the foundation.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, so we are trying to put shade over the picnic tables that were installed several years ago as the Sunrise Rotary's project of putting a plaza right there by what was Ghost Train and the M2 development in the unused portion of the 2nd Avenue right-of-way. And we're really just looking for approval to extend that easement agreement so that we can get these 3 wooden shade structures up to buy us some time before the tree canopies fill in.
Madam Chairman, may I ask a question? So, do you have a picture of what it's going to look like?
I do.
I have a map, but I don't see a picture.
There's an example image of the structure on the bottom half of the front page.
Oh, okay, so if it, I forgot about pergolas. If it rains, people still get wet, don't they?
It does. This is really just to provide shade. The assumption is that no one's going to be out there when it's raining just because it's fairly remote.
Sort of. They're not gonna provide much shade, but it's gonna look good. Maybe if some wisteria grows on it, it will provide shade.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get oriented. You mentioned Ghost Train, and what block is this in? Of Second Avenue?
This is going to be, do you know where Lee Rogers Tires is in Christian Service Mission? It's going to be sitting back there between the
Would that be 3200 block?
3600.
3600 block. Okay. And I know your photo is kind of like that's not realistic in terms of placement. There's not a structure next to it. It's,
Right, this is a photo
that's
from the
just an
manufacturer.
example. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Existing Hucall.
The closest building is approximately, where you see that center structure at the top of the page, the closest building is probably about 20, 25 feet from the edge of the plaza. And that would be the back of Frontera.
The back of Frontera or Blueprint on Third, kind of behind there.
Ironworks, would be the Ironworks building.
You have a GIS print that's
I
part of
think
it?
that would help because I'm lost on context.
It's part of the package.
I think
Oh, is it?
it's the last
Okay.
page of this thing.
After you get to the exhibit section.
Here, just look at this thing.
Show me where we're talking about. Where's the jet out?
We also have this page.
See, this is kind of ghosted in on here, so you can kind of see the plaza thing faintly.
So houses on the other street.
I don't know.
And if I may, on the second page of the larger printout, it does show a vicinity map. It's clouded in blue.
Okay. Yeah, because the Rotary Trail changes streets.
So the Second Avenue is actually the trail. So
Well, it's on,
it's vacated right away.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
unopened, unimproved right of way, Second Avenue South.
Okay, so it goes from kind of where, I see. Okay, so,
yeah, it goes from first to second.
okay, and then that's a unimproved part, I mean, otherwise unimproved part, not used part of Second. Okay.
Excuse me.
Any more discussion?
It's in the 3600 block between 37
Yeah.
and 30, okay,
I think we're good on it.
okay.
Yeah, we're good. I move approval.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That item is approved. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
And all we need to do is improve the spelling of construction at the top of the page, if this comes to the city council, that needs to be fixed, that M instead of N.
Okay, item 2, Johnny Mickles, the land acquisition agent, will present an item that would be a right-of-way encroachment license agreement between the City of Birmingham and Massey Building Group LLC regarding the proposed installation of one blade sign for the purpose of location advertisement. The sign will project from the exterior of the building located at 2025 3rd Avenue North, as shown on the attached exhibit. Is there any,
This is one of those
discussion?
blade signs we approved today in the new sign ordinance.
I know, good illustration of one. Do you have any questions of Mr. Mickens?
Well, I really don't have any questions.
Okay, it's pretty clearly illustrated what they're seeking to do. Does it create a distance requirement between the Iberia Bank awning, or how is it located? I mean, it's measured off the sidewalk in terms of
It has to.
the placement?
Yeah, it has to be at least 10 feet above finished grade, which is the sidewalk.
Okay,
And it's on the corner of the building.
okay, but I mean, will they have latitude as to the height above 10 feet? Or do you approve it for like a specific 12 feet?
As long as it's over
As
10
long as
feet,
it's over 10
yeah.
feet? Okay.
So you won't hit your head on it when you go by.
Right.
I'm not sure if someone here to speak on Macy.
I don't really think we have a lot of questions, so,
Okay.
okay.
I move approval.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That item is approved. The next item is yours as well. It's a right-of-way encroachment license agreement between the City of Birmingham and ACV 62 Birmingham LLC regarding the proposed installation of a fire connection, overflow drains, canopies, and signs for the purpose of a 199-unit residential tower. The aforementioned structures will project from the exterior of the building located at 1001 20th Street South, as shown on the attached exhibit.
I apologize, I did not introduce myself. My name is Johnny Mickles. I serve as the land acquisition agent for the Department of Capital Projects.
Nice to meet you. And I think we just need to get oriented to these documents for a few minutes, so.
There is an existing agreement with this. The only difference is the property owner has changed. On the, I guess, the back, the last document in that packet, it shows the previous owners.
Okay, so if you could just remind us what they're looking to do. I mean, I'm acquainted with the location, and I think that it's clear where it is and what it is. And we see the yellow highlights indicating something coming out onto
Yes.
the right-of-way.
There's, everything is already existing. They're just wanting to do another right-of-way use agreement under a different ownership.
For the new owner?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Any questions?
No. If all we're doing is changing the owner's name, I think I got it. So,
Okay.
is,
I'll make a motion for approval.
second,
All in favor?
aye.
Aye. That item is passed. Thank you.
Okay, this is Michael Glover.
Okay, item 4, Michael Glover, our Chief Condemnation Demolition Coordinator. That's a long title. Does that fit on a business card?
I inherited that title.
This is a request for special repair permit for property that was condemned by City Council on August 13th, 2024. It's located at 1125 Bowman Road, Birmingham, Alabama, 35235.
Good afternoon. My name is Michael Glover. I serve as Chief Condemnation Demolition Coordinator. The actual address in question is 7325 4th Avenue South. Mark Price, 1125 Bowman Road, Birmingham, Alabama, 35235 is the applicant. Request for a special repair permit for the property that was condemned by City Council on August 13th, 2024.
Okay, is the applicant present to discuss their plans for this property and let us know why we should grant you a special repair permit?
Yes. Well, I was requesting a special work order or work permit to get the repairs done to the home.
Okay, do you have a plan for making that happen that you can share with us?
Yes, we're in the process of now getting some of the work done now, and we're also applying for our VA loan to help us get the rest of the property up to code. But we have already started work on the home.
Okay, so you have a plan and a budget for the work?
Yes.
Can you tell us some of the work items in your plan and how much you plan to spend to bring it up to code?
We're planning on to spend $50,000 to bring it up to code. We also are gonna remove the back deck that has fell down and bring up the roof. Those are the only items that the contractor said that needed to be fixed to bring it up to standards.
Are there any other questions, Ms. Abbott?
Well, you know, on the first page, the house looks pretty great. And then you go to the second page and you look at these drawings and it's scary. So how much of the house is actually, I guess, did a tree fall on it?
Yes,
Is that, So how much of the house is
Livable,
livable?
all of it is livable. It's the thing that is the issue is the side of the house, which is the deck. So if you remove the deck away from the home and fix the roof that's on the side where the tree hit, then everything will be back up to code.
Well, that's sure a relief, because the pictures are pretty scary looking. So if getting the deck off and repairing the roof, it looks like it needs new joists and everything, new rafters, but $50,000, hopefully that will cover it. Plus a coat of paint.
So, no one's living in the house right now, or?
No, not right now.
And then there seem to be several inoperable vehicles at the house. Are these vehicles operable, or are they next door? They could be next door.
I think they're next door.
Okay. Okay, any other questions?
I am trying to orient myself here. So the cars that are in the picture, this photo was taken from the next door neighbor's property. There's a blue car, a gray car, and a red car that all look pretty sad.
Okay, I think that's where the tree hit those cars. Okay, we could get those towed away.
All the cars that they're gonna be towed away and gonna be sold to the junkyard because whoever left them there ain't had no business leaving them there in the first place.
These are not our vehicles.
Oh, somebody just dropped them off?
Yes, these are not ours. We had the gate, locked, but somebody has broken the lock off the back of the gate through the alley.
Okay, well, yeah, it'd probably make working on the house easier if they were all gone anyway.
Oh, yeah, all of them gonna be moved.
Yeah, and the only other question was, how did you get a building permit to be working on the house already if it's condemned?
We had a temporary, they gave us a temporary, what they call it? The people in the office, they gave, it's not so we could get people to come out to look at the house. That's what kind of permit they gave us. It wasn't to do like actual work
Oh, okay.
on the house.
Okay, well, I thought you said they were already working on it, and I was trying to figure out how that worked. Or if it worked.
No, it's just to give you so you could have contractors to come out to look at the home.
And give you estimates?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you're willing to undertake this, I'm willing to make a motion. I move approval.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So that item is approved. Good luck with your project.
All right,
It's
thank
a
you.
beautiful house. And
Thank you. So
okay, our final item is item 5, presented by Community Development, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a project agreement and forgivable loan documents between City of Birmingham and YMCA, under which YMCA for the development of the Habitat Village at the Northeast YMCA, located at 6228 Red Lane Road, Birmingham, Alabama 35215, which includes renovations of the existing YMCA in Roebuck, the construction of 22 new Habitat single-family homes, a premier healthcare center, mental health and nutrition counseling, a family and community resource center providing state-funded pre-K and programs to support the surrounding neighborhood. Okay, so
Do we have drawings?
this is, okay, how much is, can you just take us through what you're gonna be presenting, I guess? to the,
Sure. Good
because
afternoon.
It sounds like there's money involved.
There is. My name is Courtney Newton. I serve as the Senior Project Manager in Community Development in the Housing Division. We're asking your approval for this project. This is a community resource center and 22 family residence project with the YMCA. It is for $1 million. That is $500,000 in ARPA and $500,000 in CDBG. It will be done in the form of a forgivable loan with a restrictive covenant for low-income housing. And the resource center will be 2,500 square feet. It's actually the existing, the Northeast Y is being renovated. So that building, if you're familiar with the area right off of Roebuck Parkway, in that area, Red Lane, it's that right. But then we'll also have the homes around it. They're partnering with other agencies such as Christ Health, Impact Family Counseling, and really the idea is to bring all those services and have wraparound services along with the low-income housing and, of course, the resource center, which the resource center is going to be available in community center as it was, but it will be expanded. So they'll have services for youth, teens, seniors, really just the whole community. And so this is a holistic approach to not just renovating the Y, but also bringing more innovation and more opportunities and more services to this area.
So did you bring the plat map or any drawings or anything with you, or is this it?
That's all I have, is that.
You don't have anything else? Like a plat that shows where all this is going to be?
I'm
Hello,
thinking
good
you're not,
afternoon.
you're not
So-
the developer, the Y is the developer, right?
Yeah, we're not the developer. We do have kind of like a high-level schematic. They're still working to provide us those documents, and so normally, after council approval, we get those finished construction drawings. But we're not developing it. They have a developer that's developing the center, and Habitat is going to do the houses. So this is really gap funding to support them making this project come to fruition. Now, if you want some of those schematics, we can share that. We just didn't know what level of information we needed to provide for this committee.
So when you go to the city council, you'll basically be presenting a resolution for a funding agreement.
Yeah, gap
Okay.
funding.
But not any plans, because they're
No.
not really developed.
Yeah, most times the plans are not 100%, but we do bring, if there are any renderings or schematics of a master plan, we can see if the Y has that to share. Well, they do have it. We can share it during the council meeting.
I can't imagine how they could have a project with no drawings and nothing down on paper. That's impossible.
No, they have it. I'm sorry, I misspoke. What I meant to say is that we can provide that at the council. So I've seen the schematic of where the center is and how it's going to be enlarged. And I've seen the new roadway that they plan to put in the houses. So we can provide that, but just didn't know what level we needed to provide for the Community Development Committee, because we've already been to Budget and Finance,
Okay, what did you present to Budget and Finance?
the same document.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just, this is the second time I've seen it, and I've still seen nothing except a piece of paper. I'm a visual person. I want to see what it is you're asking us to fund. I want to see it.
Yes.
Like have just a plat with little
I got it.
buildings, little buildings and little roads, and just so we see what we're approving.
Yes, I definitely think that's fair, and if you allow us to, we can provide that full presentation to you, as well as we can provide it to the council if this item is approved. So we can make sure we email that to you this afternoon, the schematics on how that will look.
Yeah, that would be fine. I just, you know, I can read all this,
And
but
you
it
see,
doesn't mean
I know it's-
anything until you see it.
And I know it's not as helpful because it's just a snapshot, but at the bottom is a tiny picture of the Y. And so you see that blue building there, that is the existing Y. And then you see to the right of that, that's going to be the new addition there. So there'll be a whole nother side that's added on to have the classrooms and the space for the social providers. And then you can, where it's faded out, you see some streets that are added there, but I think you would love the new layout. It's definitely an innovation of them using that space.
Yeah, it's such a great project and an exciting project. I think when you come to the council, having a site plan would be great because, you know, so people can really get excited. Because I can see from the small photo, there's a field of parking and then I can see some houses kind of in the shadows. But yeah, being able to see how the 8 acres is configured. And then our police precinct is right next door or near this or?
Yeah, it's 2 blocks away.
2 blocks away, okay, so it's not as close as I thought. But, yeah, that'll really help the perception of safety in this area as well.
Yeah, I think it's a great project. I just want to see it. Just,
Yeah, so we can get excited, so,
so I'm willing to make a motion to approve it as long as we get the promised visuals.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Thank you.
so that item is approved.
If I may on this issue as well.
Yes.
Just wanted to bring to your attention that we recently found out that the Y is going to have to use a New Market Tax Credit Group to do this, so it may come before you in a different name other than the YMCA. I just wanted to make you aware of that. That's just a recent discovery for us.
So it'll be back at Budget and Finance, and then it'll come to Community Development under a new name?
Is that what you need us to do?
Well, I mean, if that's what you're telling us is gonna happen,
That is probably, more than likely, that's what's going to happen.
but it will be recognizable as the Y.
It will be.
And apparently, from this handout, they have drawings because they have this little tiny thing over here in the corner that must be a picture of what they have, so I'm sure we can see something.
If that is all you have, I'm going to apologize for our office. There was a little bit more that we had to show you, so I apologize if that is the only sheet that you have. Okay.
And I looked on the back and there was nothing there.
That was much more than that, so I'm kind of perplexed as why that's the only thing you received, so I apologize.
Okay, well, I think as long as it comes to the full council with something for us to actually see, we'll be okay. Because I can't imagine anyone being opposed to the project. It's just that, you know, it's like trust but verify. You know, you really want to see it.
They actually did provide something a little bit more substantial than that, so I assumed that it had been submitted, so I do apologize again.
So with the introduction of the new Marcus tax credit layer, is that going to take more time, or is this coming soon? It's coming soon, okay. I was just wondering if I'm gonna forget it, if I'm gonna even remember that we had this meeting by the time it comes up.
Yeah,
but okay.
wait 5 years and then see if you remember.
Yeah, but I don't know that it has to go back to the committees, but you're saying when it comes to the full council, it'll be a different entity name other than the Y?
Yes.
Okay,
And there'll be a lot more to it.
yeah, okay. Fantastic,
We're
well, thank
good.
you.
We're good.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you all for coming to this committee, too. We appreciate it. JT, in his absence, appreciates it. Thanks.
I think that's it.
That brings us to announcements, of which I have none. Do you
I
have
don't have
any?
any announcements either.
Okay, is there a motion?
I move that we adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you.
Well, at least we had fun.